We are live. Wait. I think I fucked it up. Oh, you know, we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Well-Hatted Cinema Club. Wow. I'm Eric, as always, joined by my incredibly handsome co-host. We got Micah, and he's in the closet this week. Brian. Look at these guys. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
For our audio listeners, Brian actually is in a closet.
Haters proven right. Right.
I had to go in there.
We're back with episode, I think we're on episode 21 right now. I think we finally caught up.
20 or 21. Don't put a number
20
to it,
or 21. But it's one of the two. We finally moved into the 20s, the roaring 20s. Looking back at our teen years, our teen episodes.
Yeah.
We had our first guest. What else? We had a ton of new games. We did a wrap-up of the first half of 2025. So a lot of good stuff. And these next 10 episodes, we're hoping to bring a ton of fun, ton more games, more guests.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. But
no more moving. Now there's no more moving involved.
No more moving.
I can get back to editing some of the video. Yeah, it's been hectic, man.
I think we're going to hit our stride here because we're entering kind of the dog days of summer. Far less traveling going on.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's way too hot to do stuff outside, even though we're supposed to. So just think about that. And then, when we hit our stride in the winter, when we're stuck inside, you just imagine.
Dude, watch out.
Watch out. Coming down the line. But for this week's episode, we'll run through the schedule real quick. Starting with our movie news roundup. Got a lot to talk about this week. We got our movie of the week, which I picked, and then no games this week. So we're not playing no games. I promise next week I'll come back.
I can't do it, guys.
Chris
I just
Brown.
can't do it.
No. But we got to get back now that we're kind of settling back in. But as always, we're going to go around the room, though, and talk about what we've been watching. So anyone feeling up to it? If not, I'm going to choose
I'll go first.
Micah, bang.
All right. Asking for volunteers. Letterboxd is down, so we're struggling to remember. But I watched Greg Araki's Doomsday the Doom Generation, which was interesting. Kind of just like a road trip movie. These three teenagers, and at first it was like funny. It's just kind of like three teenagers are kind of like rebelling. They're robbing stores. There's this weird reoccurring bit where there's like two guys and one girl, and like everywhere they go, someone is like convinced they used to know her, that they were in love. And then she's like, I don't know you. And they pull out a shotgun without fail every time. So there's people just like pulling up shotguns on them. Everything they buy costs $6.66. It's crazy. And then the ending is just tragic and sad. And I guess it's about like the loss of innocence. And then I watched Memories of Murder, which is like just like a good detective story from Bong Joon-ho, which I didn't realize was funny. I think I got like the synopsis for this movie and one of like a super serious documentary mixed. So my entire life I was convinced this was going to be like a super serious sad. It is sad, but it's like funny. Like there's this bit where they keep drop kicking the suspects. Like
I remember that.
Yeah. Even like anybody and everybody is getting both feet to the chest like with ease. And there's these two like bumbling country cops that are so bad at their jobs, and you get like the city cop. And again, same thing. I was having fun, and then that third act hit, and they were like, "Actually, it's fucking serious. No more drop kicking forever." They cut that guy's leg off, and then it gets real serious. Yeah, and it's like, what if they don't get him? I don't know. It's tough. So I enjoyed both of those, and then obviously I watched our honorary movie of the week, Fantastic Four. What about you?
We'll get into those ones.
Yeah, we'll get into those.
We'll talk on Fantastic Four. But those are interesting. I haven't seen either of those, so I'd sooner probably watch the Bong Joon-ho movie. My movie that I've watched this week, I haven't had a ton of time, but I did have time. These last 3 hours, I was sitting in my car dealership getting my Nissan Sentra serviced and inspected, and I brought like my AirPods, I had my phone, so I was like, maybe I'll listen to a podcast, maybe our podcast, you know what? But I'm sitting there in the waiting room, and I look over the TV, and I'm like, what's playing? And the movie had just started. I didn't catch it, the opening credits, but Transformers: Age of Extinction was playing on the TV.
Damn.
and I hadn't watched this movie. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, like you see clips here and there on Twitter. I didn't watch this movie like full through in years, probably since it came out. That movie is a fucking comedy, dude. And you switch your brain off and watch it. It's not a good movie. It's not. But I think it should be illegal for anyone else besides Michael Bay to direct these Transformers movies. I haven't seen Bumblebee or like whatever the other.
Rise of the Beat. You're not missing.
Yeah,
much.
I haven't watched those two.
You're not missing much.
But just, I mean, you can think back of like the major plot points of this movie, but there's the little subtleties in like the script are so like the creative choices are so mind-boggling. Why is Michael Bay make a big point of his daughter like and the guy being
it's weird, bro.
It's a weird bit.
Yeah.
And then it's so clear Michael Bay has beef with TJ Miller and the way he kills him off. He kills him off and he basically like petrifies him. And then Michael Bay has this guy turn into a Lamborghini Decepticon and drive past him, which I know is Michael Bay's actual Lamborghini just flexed on his petrified body. There's an evil, one of the human antagonists, this evil CIA cop, when he first shows up to, oh my gosh, Marky Mark's farm in Texas, which by the way, he's all about, Marky Mark's all like, this is how we do it down here in Texas. I'm like,
he's from Boston.
You're not even trying to do a Texas accent. Like,
holy fuck
accents.
Holy fuck, buddy, we're in fucking Texas.
Jesus Christ, Optimus. Like, he's not even trying. He's like, you know how we do it down here in Texas. And he's like, you're gonna want a warrant to be on my property. And the guy and the antagonist just goes, my face is my warrant. And I'm like, that is a horrible line.
Was he doing the face card thing before?
He's just
ahead of the curve on the face card thing.
And then
it just
he was. But and then the last point, just like Michael Bay shoehorning in fucking endorsement deals. Like they crash into a Bud Light truck at some point.
I remember that.
The Beats pill scene is crazy. Doesn't he go like, look what you can do? He just makes a Beats pill in his hand, which is a terrible speaker, by the way.
But it's so incredible because Michael Bay's just shoehorning in these things for money, and I'm like, if this is not America, I don't know what it is. It's just the epitome of America, and I love it. I hate it, but I love it at the same time.
I just don't get how it's the same direct. Oh, no, go ahead, please.
Is the one where the third act's in Asia?
Yes.
Yeah, they fight dinosaurs.
Yes, that was
for money. Also for money.
Also for money. And I will say, of all things, Stanley Tucci is the one saving grace in this movie. He's like so good in that third act running around. What? He's so much fun. Everyone else sucks. You cannot name the daughter or the boyfriend actors.
It's that dude from Midsommar. It's that dude from Midsommar, isn't it?
TJ Miller?
Yeah. I think you are.
You
right.
said his name, Eric.
TJ Miller gets blown up. TJ Miller gets blown up in the first
The overage boyfriend?
Fun fact.
Yeah, the overage boyfriend.
That pulls out the card from his wallet?
Yes, that part.
Cinderella.
He's the guy from Midsommar. Don't tell me why I know this, but the chick who plays his daughter is the chick who played the Katara in that god-awful live-action M. Night Shyamalan movie. I don't know why I know that, but I know that.
Isn't she like... Whose wife is that? Because she's married to somebody.
Don't know. Probably.
But why is she 17? And his character, Marky Mark's character, repeats that she's 17 so many... It's just that one scene, but it happens so many times throughout the movie.
It's like, they're like, if you think she's hot, you motherfucker.
Yeah. You got
like, but look at
files.
But it's also like weird because like they were high schoolers, like Megan Fox in the first. I'm not saying that's okay. I'm saying that in the first three. But like but we didn't need to be reminded. I don't know. Yeah. And you know what the weird thing is? It's the same it's the same director, but yet they go off a completely different. Like he like contradicts his own lore like multiple times.
Yeah.
You don't want to say, do the Transformers need Shia LaBeouf? They might. And here's the other thing. So this is one thing I just remember off the top of my head, and these are on the two shitty ones that Michael Bay made after the first three. At the end of the fourth movie in Age of Extinction, they like Megatron's mind took over the Galvatron whatchamacallit. They took over, and yet in the next movie, it's not even a thing. He's just Megatron again.
Megatron's just back.
Yeah. Micah, you feel like you got something?
No, I was trying to remember because I was like, what the fuck is a Galvatron? And
No,
it's
but, like,
been
it's
so
just-
long for me with these movies.
Yeah.
Well, it's just crazy because like they kind of like, if you remember in the fourth, I haven't. These are the two I don't.
Is that
watch,
Dark Side of the
'cause I'll-
Moon, or which one is
No,
that?
Dark
Fourth
Side's the
is
3,
Age of Extinction. Yeah.
and then the fifth one
Okay.
is The Last Night with Anthony Hopkins.
Where they blow
Right.
up Anthony Hopkins.
Where they blow up Anthony Hopkins in a
And
phone
change
booth.
the
That's
aspect
right.
ratio.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that's the one. This was the first one that I think they did in Age of Extinction, where like where people start pointing out, they're like, bro, you're literally changing aspect ratios between shots, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like you can do it between scenes, but the switch between shots is crazy. Like
Yeah.
that's nuts. And Michael Bay isn't like he can direct. We know he can do
No,
it to a degree.
He does. He can.
Like I think the first 3 Transformers, even the second one with
You
the
gotta
writer
watch
strike.
Pain and Gain. Pain and Gain
I
is his
kind of
magnum
like
opus.
that. I like that movie.
This is
I don't give a
magnum
shit what
opus.
anyone says. No, but Eric, that's a crazy one. I thought you were gonna be like, oh, like Dark of the Moon. I'm like, yeah, man, that's an
No.
underrated blockbuster. No, you went.
I don't. I don't recommend going back and watching Age of Extinction. But being
No.
there forced to watch this movie, I like came to appreciate all the horrible.
Makes you
parts
appreciate
of it.
Does it make you appreciate the first three?
Oh,
At least the first and the
3
third.
rip.
One and 3 are my favorite. 2 is still pretty
And
bad.
2's still fun. And when
Yeah.
Wiki's at Shia LaBeouf's
Wiki.
at college, he's like, oh,
on the
we went to
walls.
get you a tighter shirt. He's like, there isn't one. We checked.
Yeah, well,
That's
Shia LaBeouf-
so good. Dude.
Shia LaBeouf, with all his problems, is very charismatic as a lead. He's proven from a
sure.
younger. Mark Wahlberg is someone who I think has always just been a little better as a supporting man. Just saying. And I think Shia LaBeouf has proven he has the charisma to carry even a movie that has bad writing, because he's just
sure.
Plus, you want someone. I feel like with Transformers movies, you want like that, like kind of manic fish out of water energy, not like Mark
You need a
Wahlberg being
guy.
like, "What's up with these robots?"
He's
Yeah.
too cool.
You know,
He's too cool. You need
Yeah,
a guy
you need people-
screaming and
Yeah, you need
touch
Shia
my
LaBeouf.
daughter.
because he's
Even
terrible.
to the exactly, Micah. Even in the third movie, Shia LaBeouf is still freaking out whenever
Yeah.
something happens.
Even when he's like, "Oh, maybe I'm Himothy a little bit." Once the robot's like, "Yeah, you are Himothy," and her tail starts coming out, he's like
Yeah.
back to square one.
He's like
screaming.
Diesel. It's like
He's
Diesel.
like,
in my mouth. I love. He's like, "Oh, I need 10 seconds. 10 seconds. You have 3 seconds left." Now he's just funny, man. I hate that he became kind of a problematic guy later, because he was one of my favorite actors in the mid to late 2000s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's cool.
we could do a whole episode on Transformers.
Whoa,
man. I mean,
hey, see him in Megalopolis.
oh, he is a Megalopolis.
He is.
Yep.
He is funny in
Yep.
that too.
Him doing Spicoli on remember they see those Zoom reads during COVID of different
Yeah.
movies. They did Fast Times at Ridgemont High with some of the original cast and other people playing ones, and he plays Sean Penn's character. And I don't know why he decided to go full method
He went
for a
for
fucking
it.
Zoom. But he's like, I'm not even gonna spoil it. He's got to watch it. All right, I'll round us out just so we can get to the
Yeah.
to the movie news.
Take us home.
So-
Take us home.
Yeah, so obviously we had the movie of the week, and then I also watched the Fantastic Four in theaters. But with the move, I didn't get to watch a ton. But what I did watch was Mike. I don't believe it's his first feature film, but it was his first big feature film. Was Oculus. I watched Mike Flanagan's Oculus, which is fantastic. One,
Yeah.
two, you see a lot of what Mike Flanagan got known for later, especially like Hill House and stuff. And for those who don't know about Oculus, it's essentially there's an evil mirror. But the story is that this brother and sister. Brother gets out of a mental asylum. They're like, we're gonna kill this. We're gonna prove this mirror. Well, the brother doesn't want to, but because it's like, we're gonna prove this mirror is evil and kill their parents. And they show what happened the night that their parents died, like the lead up to their
I think
parents
I've
dying.
seen Oculus.
Yeah, and what's going on with the brother and the sister at the same time, but like in stitched. It's like cross stitched.
Right,
And he
right.
does, and that, which is what Mike Flanagan does a lot in a lot of his movies. It's really well done.
Right.
It is very, very sad, very horribly upsetting, and it's one of those horror movies that like freak me out. I never want to be a part of. Kind of like the Smile movies, Micah, where it's one of those ones where you can truly believe you just called the police and got outside, and then they're like, "Psych, no, you didn't.
You're in the
actually
mirror.
in the."
If I had a
You're
critique
in the
of the
mirror.
Smile movies, it's that not knowing, they take not knowing what's real and not
Yes.
fake, and it does make it more entertaining, but at some point you're like, I never stood a chance of being able
Yeah,
to,
no,
to
well, that's
decipher.
it's a little bit less more nerfed than the Smile Demon.
Yeah.
Because they're not like making people appear really that couldn't be. They had to be in the house. Like it has a limited radius.
Okay.
But there are things where like they think they leave and then they're outside the house and they can't tell if they see inside the house. She has this kill switch to break the mirror if they don't like rewind this thing that's gonna smash it.
Oh,
But they're
I've
all
seen this movie.
They see inside the house that the two of them are just standing in between it and the mirror, and they don't know if it's trying to get them back in the house because it wants them to turn the thing, or if they're actually in there, and if they don't go in and turn the thing, they're going to die. So it's like that kind of shit.
Fuck.
But I just laugh watching the movie because I'm like, she takes so many precautions. And one, the apple scene, the light bulb apple scene is a very famous scene in the movie.
All right, where
They're
she eats the light bulb.
She didn't even really eat the light, but it looks like she does. But it's just like, that seems like a good thing to check. Also, it's very clear about an hour into this movie, they are outmatched. She should have pulled the plug. Like, there's one point where they're like, they both are just sitting there in the room, like, looking at each other like, fuck, I don't remember anything. And I'm like, guys, dip. Like, abort. Yeah. This is not... There's a scene... Actually, earlier than even before they start tripping balls, they have this huge argument about the brother being like, you're insane. You're trying to cope with our parents' death by saying all this crazy shit. And she's like, no, I'm not. And then the big reveal happens that they come back in the room and all the cameras are all in weird spots. And then they see the video of them having that argument that they thought they were having in the kitchen while, like, reorganizing the room. And I'm like, guys, that would have been... Pack it up. Like,
yeah, that's all you need.
But it is like one of those things. It's one of those really good, like, you can tell, like, this is why it was Mike Flanagan's short film. You know, like a lot of horror docs have their short film that becomes their feature length. Right. This is one of them.
I was going to say, where does it rank in, like, your Flanagan, like, horror, I don't know, projects? But, like, obviously he did, what, Ouija?
I'm going to go movies. I'm going to go movies because the shows are just kind of a different breed. Because you have Ouija, Origin Evil, Oculus, Doctor Sleep, Gerald's Game. I did not see Before I Wake. I didn't see Before I Wake, so...
He did Gerald's Game? That's the one where she wakes up next to him and he's dead or something?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good movie, man.
She's chained up, right?
She's chained up. That movie, again, is Mike Flanagan in classic. You should watch it. It's pretty good, where it looks like on paper, like, like, I'm stuck under a thing, but it really goes into, like, some really dark shit. Like, really, really dark shit. But Doctor Sleep is my favorite. It just is. But I would say this one's better than Ouija, Origin of the Evil. Ouija is good.
I like Ouija.
Oculus is better. Like, Oculus actually feels like a more well-written movie, whereas Ouija, he just made a better horror movie than Ouija 1, which I did like.
Valid.
So, yeah, no, that was my watch. I watched that on the plane, my headphones. I'm like, oh, fuck. Because it's good. There's a couple scenes in that movie that get me every time. Like, it's scary. But, like, yeah, some really good performances. It's, this is actually something I want to end with, and we can move on. The kid who plays the brother, he was in everything. And now I haven't seen him anywhere. He's a kid who plays Will Turner's son in that last Pirates movie. He's the kid from The Giver. You know who I'm talking about? Yeah. What happened to that dude?
I don't know.
Like, do you know what I'm talking about, Micah?
Was he on like a...
No clue.
Was he on like the CW?
Oh, he's Titans. He was on that show Titans. He was Robin.
I guess that's what he got like fucking sent to hell.
Yeah.
Like,
TV makes you money, so I don't know.
No, yeah, he's probably just been doing... I guess it's also like really hard... I know people who've done long-term shows have said it's hard to do movie shoots when you're on a TV schedule. Because TV schedule takes up like 6 months or like 8 months of your year. Okay. About, yeah. Brandon some.
Yeah, Brenton.
Brenton. What's his last name?
Thwaites?
Yeah.
He's Australian. Say it's Brenton Thwaites.
When he did, Eric, I remember when he did, what was it, Pirates 5. Everyone, he was probably like, this is it. And that movie.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah.
We'll call that.
All right.
Yeah.
Should we get to movie?
Yeah.
Let's go into the roundup.
Thank you.
20 minutes later.
Yeah. I mean, so a movie. We'll start with a movie we all saw this week in theaters. Fantastic Four: First Steps. It was its opening weekend. Earned $218 million at the global box office, which was around the expectations that we had. I don't remember what our guesses were.
All right. I think Are you
ready for that?
Oh, here we go.
Let's do guesses. 218. All right. I'll go from furthest to closest. I was being very pessimistic. I said 175. Eric, playing it safe, said 190. They call him the Boston Sniper, the Boston Shooter.
Yeah, let's
Ryan
go.
said 220.
Wow. That's great. I was close, man.
Wow. Yeah, very close.
220.
So compared to Superman earned 220 globally opening weekend.
Very close.
These
man. They were
comparable. Like these are
neck and neck, man.
Yeah.
Neck and neck.
I mean, across like audience scores, Rotten Tomato scores, and box office, all very similar.
Yeah. I mean, we can go around on thoughts. Like,
yeah, we don't have to go forever, so we don't like tangent too hard. I feel like it seems like we all enjoyed it. Is step one, right? That seems to be the biggest thing. I mean, by far the best Fantastic Four movie. Carly disagrees. She likes the original one better, which I think is insane.
That's the Chris Evans effect. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, sure.
She's gonna come in there, open the door, and be like, "Yeah." So Mike, I feel like you saw it first. So tell me, because I feel like you were the one who was like, "Shit, this movie's heat." Surprise.
Well,
because we didn't know.
You know, I was caught up because they played the Avatar trailer first. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
And I made sure to watch this in like IMAX 3D, partially for the trailer, but partially because like it looked like I don't know. It's just a format I hadn't really seen outside. Honestly, I use it exclusively for the Avatar movie, so I haven't seen a movie in IMAX 3D since Way of Water. So I go, trailer's heat. So I'm already like in a great mood.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty, I sit close, like everyone's pretty well behaved. It's a theater I've never been to before. And yeah, I just really enjoyed, I just like The Incredibles. I think, a lot of it was that. And I get that it's like a circle where The Incredibles took from the comics and then this movie took from both.
Yeah.
And they're a weird circle. But I gotta say, put them in the 60s, play a little jazz.
Yeah.
It works every time.
It's the same guy scored both
Or the
those
50s.
movies.
Oh,
Michael Chicano did. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Which he cooked harder the first time, but that's
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You're not gonna. The Incredible score is iconic. I mean, he did a good job with this. The Fantastic theme I did like. Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's still sticking with. Yeah, it's still. Yeah.
I thought. They didn't have like the CGI problems. It seemed like everything was very intentional.
No,
it did seem like maybe some things didn't make it into the movie. They wanted to keep it short.
Yes. Oh my God.
They talked
You could
about
tell.
that.
You could tell there were things missing.
You were like, I don't know, but like, and I guess people were like comparing the trailer to the movie and being like, all these scenes are gone. So I was like, I didn't even know, but I came out liking it. Vanessa Kirby was in this movie. She got nominated for an Oscar called Pieces of a Woman, where she plays a mom who decides to do a home birth. Baby dies, and it's like a court battle. But it's her playing like a super emotional mother. And then I was like, did they cast her in this? Because they saw her in Pieces of a Woman.
Could be.
Because it felt like shades of the same performance. Or I was like, this is Pieces of a Woman. Glad I saw that. So I think I did like it. Yeah, sorry, Brad.
I think my thing. No. I agree. Oh, please,
no,
go
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
No, I was just gonna say. I think that's the biggest thing with this movie was it looked great. That's one, and I think the performances all around were great. Obviously Vanessa Kirby and Eben. I can never pronounce the last name.
Eben
Backrack. Not. He was great. Yeah. I think he was the most underutilized.
Agreed.
In my opinion. Same with Ralph Ineson as Galactus. I would have liked a little more of him. I thought they were not him walking around talking. But you know what one that surprised me? Joseph Quinn obviously has kind of been growing on me. I can actually see that he can actually act. But Pedro Pascal gave a very different performance than I thought he was going to give. And I got to give him a tip of the hat. Like, there was that was like his Reed Richards. And I liked it. Because I didn't know if he was just going to come out there and be, like, either do his charming Pedro Pascal or his Joel from The Last of Us impression. And I was like, I didn't want to see that.
He went the autistic route, which was an interesting.
It was good. Eric, what'd you think, man? Yeah.
The word I keep coming back to is like, this was just such like a competent movie. Like, it just seemed like Marvel knew exactly what they were doing. And yes, they did. They've admitted to cutting like 20 minutes from the film, but that's purely to keep it safe. And I think at the end of the day, like, it's still a project that like came out very solid and competent. They knew exactly what the story they were trying to tell. And it seems very like, obviously there's setup in it for sure, but this is like, it's not necessarily an origin story. Like, you get your little montage at the beginning, but like, these are characters that feel like they know what they're doing. You're not getting this kind of like fish out of water story that you've gotten with the other two Fantastic Four, where they're figuring it out. And even like, that's my problem even with the second Fantastic Four, of the two with like Chris Evans, is like, even when they do the whole switching powers bit, I'm like, we're doing the same thing, just with different people.
That's a great point, because they they already got them established. They had an opportunity to do that, and then they did the "what do I do" bit again. Also, any excuse took any excuse to put Jessica Alba in a fucking bikini.
Right.
Twice.
I mean, they made her like naked in that point.
It is.
But this is a movie where like
terrible.
But I mean, I think they gave all the characters things to do. Obviously, you gave Vanessa Kirby the big moment at the end, which I actually wasn't like fully expecting, but it makes sense with the story.
She was,
I thought she was done.
I thought she was. Because I thought maybe they were going to do a Franklin sub in, so you still bring the 4 into the
with the baby. Be like, this is us. Yeah.
And Franklin, it's like, you saw the after credit scene. It's not that crazy.
Yeah.
What, them like hurtling.
Someone's phone rang when she flatlined. That was so.
I'm sorry, Brian.
That was so annoying.
That's brutal.
Tough. They played it out. I think of the 20 minutes they got cut, even Moss's character probably got the worst end of the stick, shortest end of the stick on that.
Oh yeah.
Because why are we even bringing in Natasha, whatever her name is, for this movie for 2 scenes? 3
or
scenes.
the woman from
in
Ted
one when
Lasso.
she's just standing there. Yeah. The woman from Ted Lasso.
The black woman that she was like, she worked for the government.
She's like a PR firm. She's the PR lady.
But I felt like there was more to her character that we didn't see, because like they showed shots of her like kind of like she was supposed to be more. She was in the movie more than Natasha Lyonne. That one made more sense, but you could tell that she probably was supposed to have more lines that didn't make it to.
I liked her.
She was good.
That one funny scene where like Sue wants to avoid that guy.
Yeah.
So she pretends. Yeah, I was like, okay, that's funny.
And it worked. And I think playing out into the whole family, like I think those 4 characters work really well together.
Yes, the chemistry was there.
It definitely works. I think Joseph Quinn, I think he did a good job. They gave him stuff to do, and they utilized him in a way that was like not the Chris Evans, like he's a douchebag role and he's super sarcastic, but you can tell he's like a smart kid, which they're all supposed to be. And I like the fact that each of them like are very competent.
They're supposed to be scientists.
Yeah, they're all
they
scientists.
all went to space. You can't just like do that.
You can't just walk in like sometimes they play up like Johnny being like a pilot, but like kind of like he's just a hothead. I will say it's kind of funny. The best scene, not just the Galactus scene, but coming after that, the best like action sequence in the movie. They weren't even really using their powers. Like that space sequence was nuts. That shit was crazy. I think it was the best action. Mike, I don't know if you disagree. I thought that whole sequence. She's in labor. They're booking it.
Good,
I was like, yo,
Johnny,
hit
kill her.
Cat.
She wants to take your nephew.
I was so
tough.
And we're getting like a space chase scene in like a Fantastic Four
She was
movie.
Surfing. That was awesome.
That was sick.
That was so.
Now imagine that in IMAX 3D, Eric. That's what you missed out on.
I missed out on that too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's also like the summer year. Julia Garner's getting like her
She was great.
back.
I herald his beginning.
Yeah, I also saw that for Weapons, this is kind of besides the point. Pedro Pascal was supposed to play Josh Brolin's character.
Oh wow!
And then because he had all of this for Fantastic Four, he backed out, and Brolin
he
got
would have been
role.
way overexposed. I think.
Yeah, I think he's done. I think he's got to take. Like I'm happy.
I mean, between
Eddington,
Eddington, Fantastic Four, and Weapons, that would have been so much.
And
And
the one like
Materialists.
Materialists, and then he's on TV before that, so it would have been back to back to back to back. He would have been hella overexposed.
I think he just shot. He just got the. He did the Mandalorian Grogu movie not that long ago either. Like he's been fucking working for the last like 3 years.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like we can move on just so we don't talk too long. But it feels like we're all in agreement. Like we all saw the obvious faults with it. It's just got its superhero cliche moments. But I thought it was great. I would watch this movie again.
All right, all right. Now that we're coming to a close,
yeah.
Which one would you take, Superman or Fantastic Four?
I ranked them like pretty similarly on Letterboxd. I think I'm gonna take 4. I think I'm going for the 4.
Man, that's tough.
Come on, Brian. You knew it. You had to know this question was coming.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm going to go Superman.
Oh, that's interesting. All right,
The
so
whole
we're
thing-
all...
I think it had a little more oomph, a little more weight to it than Fantastic Four. But I think the performances. I don't actually know, but I like Superman. It just resonated a little more. But Fantastic Four, great. 2 thumbs up. Like
I
I'd
think
watch
Superman's definitely more ambitious for sure in terms of what he was trying to take on, and like I think its ceilings are maybe better at times.
I think if we watched Fan Four Stick again, people were saying doing that puts everything in perspective. It even puts like the first 2 in perspective. Like, oh well, they tried. Yeah, it might not be perfect. They tried. This one, it's bright, it's fun. Like, have you seen clips from Fan Four Stick recently? I'm like, Jesus, what the fuck were we doing?
Yeah,
they were trying to compete with Zack Snyder's DCEU. They were like, we can go dark.
It's fantastic.
What if getting
horror
their
movie.
powers were like some kind of sick punishment, man? Like, what if the thing was naked? That's a thing for you. But
rock penis.
rock penis.
But I would say, like, I think they nailed like the big 3 from Superman. I would take like 2.5 out of the 4 from the Fantastic Four cast wise, and then I think I liked F4 more overall, so I'd probably take that one. but I think they both very similar. Just very just like humanity good.
You brought the
Bad.
positivity of like people geek. I'm sorry, what was my- people geeking about the fact they're like, oh, he asked you how. Everyone's like, kill the baby.
Kill the fucking baby.
They're outside the building like, you're selfish, you prick. I'm like, guys, come on.
Kill the baby.
I
Also-
would have at the time been kill the fucking
would have
baby.
been-
Are we crazy? Kill the baby.
I saw you guys like,
But I get it.
my thing,
She's
but you
convinced me
brought
as
up
well.
the Incredibles, but that is
Behold!
straight up. That is straight up the Underminer, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
when
what
he
I'm saying.
popped up, I was like, "What are we doing?
What am I there?
This is just the Underminer."
He had the funniest scene in the movie. Don't be mad at
Yeah.
me.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah,
make
when-
you dress like
when-
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
flames.
it's so good.
Oh no, it's just like I think the thing is that they nailed. Like I think I can only imagine. I think Matt Shackman, because he's from Always Sunny, did a good job of like really focusing on like making it feel like these people had. I don't want to say banter. That's not the right word, but like dialogue, and that worked. Because I feel like if John was that supposed to be John Watts originally?
Yeah.
I think it was. I don't know what we would have seen.
I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have been able to do
Yeah.
it.
It was
But
good. I
am
liked it.
worried. I'm worried because I'm like invested. Similarly with Thunderbolts now, I'm invested in these characters. Like I like these characters.
I do
from
too.
These two
I don't
like
wanna see them
last
die.
family team up movies. And not as much dying as more as you give the Russos and their ChatGPT
Yeah.
writers which by the way they haven't finished writing Doomsday. You give them control of these
In
characters,
months.
they are going to I think they're good. What made Vanessa Kirby so good was, to Micah's point, her playing this
Mother.
maternal figure role and being kind of going for it with you're not taking my baby, and I think they're gonna turn Johnny into just an idiot, a snarky idiot, and I think they're gonna dilute the characters down to just what they core are, which makes me sad. But
Wait, the Tessa what?
Yeah.
The Tessa.
yeah.
It did make me sad watching this.
I'm sorry. Who's a Thanos?
Yeah.
And then just a thought exercise, fuck being confused by Thanos. They come from a place that has world peace. They're gonna get dropped in New York City, and they're gonna be like, what do you mean the Holocaust? What is World War II?
Yeah.
What was that?
That's the most
Racism.
They were let it go. We need they go. We need a whole world to work together if this is gonna work.
and they do it.
They're like, oh, bet just get on the phone with this country.
not-
They're like, what are you talking
Bro, I
about?
would that they didn't even talk about the fallout that Reed Richards would have got. I know they did save the world, but they all pooled their resources for that thing, and then oh no, the Silver Surfer got it. She broke
Yeah.
it. That shit was so funny.
She just pulled
They're-
up
I
on
think
them.
probably the suicide rate just spiked right then because what do you
Oh
do?
my God, I would-
you feel like you're cooked. And
I herald his beginning. I liked it. Though.
Brian's
I
panning
herald
himself
your
silver.
end.
Brian is panning himself silver.
I
for Halloween.
herald Galactus.
What if you're Galactus and Carly is the Silver Surfer?
I'm going the other way around.
But anyway.
let me the Silver Surfer.
All right.
But actually, good transition though. One of the things that you said put me in a good mood. The Avatar trailer fired me up.
Yeah.
Before
yes,
this movie.
sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, we are back, baby. Michael,
You're
last week
fully
you said
there
to me,
now. You're
I'm
fully
blessed
there?
by
There you
I've been
go.
rewatching
Yeah.
parts of Way of Water again. I'm gonna probably do a full rewatch. It's got me
Parts?
back into
Crazy.
is Sam Worthington a good actor? Yes, I think
Yeah.
he is.
I've seen
I
that whole
think that-
dialogue.
What was that movie
Yeah.
that he did? John Carpenter? Not his fault. Not his fault.
No, John
Not his
Carpenter.
That was
did.
That
him.
wasn't him.
That
That was
him.
not him. That
What
was
was he in?
John
The
The one
Carter.
where he's
Tron?
on Mars.
He was in Tron?
He's
What was
on
he in?
Mars.
No, you're thinking.
He was
You're
on
thinking of.
Clash of-
You're thinking of Terminator Salvation when he's opposite of Christian
Of
Bale.
Christian Bale. He's also in
That-
Clash of the Titans, I think.
Oh,
Or not
yeah,
Clash of the
Wrath.
Titans.
No, he's
Wrath
yeah, he
of
is.
the Titans. Wrath
He's
of
in
the
both.
Titans.
He's in both.
Oh my God,
He's in Clash
both.
and Wrath.
Wow.
Yeah, he did. But I think he's just doing this, and I think he plays a damn good Jake Sully. And this movie,
Even if I imagine after movie one, he was like, "What if he just slid me a cool 1%, cool 1% of $2 billion?"
I don't, whatever it is. Yeah, whatever it is, he's making bank.
Cool 1% of
Oh.
$2.5 billion.
The trailer
Every
though,
time.
this trailer just looks fantastic. I mean, just I see
ripped.
Jake Sully in handcuffs. I'm seeing these fire people who are apparently they're mean. Their team.
Yeah.
I saw.
Fighting in a volcano
I
at
saw.
one point.
I saw
It looks
Colonel
sick.
Colonel Crew Cuts got the war paint on. So I'm like, oh shit, they're teaming up with the humans. That's
He's
cool.
going full. He's going full.
That's
Never
awesome.
go
Yeah,
full
I'm-
Navi.
I'm hyped. There's also the Air Clan we're seeing, right? There's a different clan of Na'vi we're seeing. That looks cool. I mean,
David Thewlis is going to be in that.
I don't usually support, like, you had talked about doing IMAX 3D for this, for Fantastic Four. I'm not usually that, but with Avatar, I mean, I didn't see Way of Water in 3D. I did see it in IMAX, but didn't see it in 3D.
Well, second viewing, maybe give it a shot, because I got to tell you, they're almost built for it, and not like the 2000s way where they're like, oh my god, my tail towards the screen.
No, I saw 09 Avatar in 3D
like the
and
framing
IMAX, and it works.
Yeah. It's like, I'll put a bush right here in the corner just so you can understand the depth of the scene.
It's also all CG, essentially, so it kind of works. Like, almost like an animated movie could be 3D. Not like, not someone being like, that shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this. I think I've been watching things about Way of Water again, and people talk about Sam Worthington's performance in this, like, severely underrated, and I'm like, it might be, because I remember when I saw Way of Water, the two scenes that stood out to me biggest were the whaling scene was horribly upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
Horribly upsetting. And two, a scene that actually got a tear to my eye was after
the son,
I forget his kid's name, dies, and they go to Awa, and he's back at the scene you saw earlier when he was meeting with the river. And he's like, why are you crying, Dad? And he's like, I'm just happy to see you. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus, that's sad. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. I know you got a point.
I think Eric had something to say.
No, I mean, I was just gonna say, like, and it seems from the trailer they're very much leaning into the repercussions of the eldest son dying, and that's just exciting. Like, they're not just gonna brush it off and like keep going with the story. Like, this is fundamentally going to change the rest of the characters.
Yeah,
which like Neytiri looks pissed.
Oh, yeah. Like,
you can't keep living like this, babe. In hate,
babe. No, I'm excited, and obviously we have a 4-year wait after this next one. So this is kind of like, it'll also kind of be a culmination story, like not necessarily an ending, but like trilogy. I feel like stuff will, in a way, a bit of a trilogy. Yeah. So I'm excited.
How many are there? 5 total? There's gonna be 2 more
confirmed
after this.
Yeah. 2 more, and like that was the other thing I wrote down here. James Cameron came out at like a lot of this news that I wrote down in this roundup came. It was San Diego Comic-Con this last weekend, right? And he came out and said that he still plans to direct Avatar 4 and 5. Thank God. But James Cameron is a 70-year-old man, so he's saying like, health dependent. He says he's still good to go. It is a tall task, but like, what's his name? Ridley Scott is like 90 something.
Yeah.
So like,
and
Scorsese's still going.
Yeah.
And I feel like you don't have to go on. You're not going on location for James Cameron, which is nice for this one.
Well,
it's a lot of.
They did shoot these back to back, so he's kind of been free. A little bit. He's been overseeing like the VFX, all that's been. But they did shoot like all the in-person stuff, the mocap, all that, right after they shot Way of Water. So like everyone's kind of. No one's been like, on location, quote unquote, for a while.
For like a decade, honestly. Yeah.
But he's got like the 2 movies that I've heard from him that are in development. 2 books. One based on a true story about a guy in Japan that got bombed. In
the Hiroshima Nagasaki one.
Yes. Yeah. And then drove to Hiroshima and got bombed again. Crazy. So he's gonna do that. Yeah. And then he's got a fantasy book set in London with like werewolves, vampires, that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. And he said he read it and it was bonkers, and that he just had to adapt it. So I think that in the 3 years, I think he's going to do those 2 and then go back to Avatar. So
nice,
sure,
love it.
Or maybe because like the promo for the Okinawa, the Hiroshima Nagasaki book, it's just been like, hey, look, James Cameron will make this into a movie. James Cameron, it's not, he didn't write it or anything. It's just, he's like, so his name's bigger than the author's name and like the title of the book and like stuff.
I mean, he's that kind of director. I mean, it's not that crazy when you think about it. It is kind of funny though, like somebody was talking about James Cameron the other day with directing, where I guess Michael Crichton, David Koepp, who wrote Michael Crichton's the script for Jurassic Park, the original one. I guess that it had almost, it ended up in Spielberg's hands, but it almost ended up in James Cameron's hands, which who's to say what if it's like kind of funny where it's like that movie, because Spielberg's so good, it's like someone's like, like Schwarzenegger, it would have been like Schwarzenegger as Alan Grant or someone ridiculous. Like it was like, but it could have been epic in a whole different way. It's just kind of funny to think like what kind of movie, because James Cameron is.
It would have been more romantic, amazing. I think, for sure.
Yeah, it would have been
Spielberg's
but it's just funny
that divorce trauma where he's,
Yeah. It just would have been a very different movie, like James Cameron's Jurassic Park. Same script, Spielberg's Jurassic Park. I think, yeah, I just funny. But James Cameron, I mean, the only thing I will say, people are turning on aliens. A lot of people are turning on aliens. I don't really get why. Because they're saying,
Brian, you're fighting these invisible demons again.
It's not fighting.
What are you talking
It's not
about?
fighting. It's not fighting. It's these. Oh, it's the people. I'm on an alien.
How old are
TikTok,
they?
And so Alien Earth, which is coming out soon.
TikTok?
Oh, right.
How old are they, Brian? You can disregard anyone
Not
under
the,
the...
okay, I'm not saying people
Sorry.
think aliens suck. Nobody's saying
Sorry.
aliens sucks by any means. People are saying that they're talking about Alien Earth, and Noah Hawley has talked about like it's more. They're leaning towards Alien, and they're like aliens change the rules for the xenomorphs, and we're not doing that. Like it's more of a hive mentality. They're more of like bugs. This is supposed to be like the perfect organism thing that really emphasized in the first one. So it's not shitting on the movie by any means. It's just them being like, James Cameron took like there's one in the vents to being like, there's fucking 50 of them. Like it's a different movie. And I love it. I love both for very different reasons.
For different
So I'm just saying,
reasons.
that's what I'm saying. Like James Cameron, I mean like T2 he did. You can never top that.
True. True. True.
He was first T1. Yes, he did both Terminators. I don't know why for a minute I thought he didn't, but he did. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, we don't have to go into James Cameron tangent. I just wanted to say that. But James Cameron, it's exciting. Avatar is exciting.
Speaking of James, Jimmy, 2 Bill on a bad day, Cameron, we're halfway through. We're pretty much past all the summer blockbusters. Looking back, how do we do? I mean, highest
think it's
grossing
great.
of the year so far came out of China officially. Highest American movie, Lilo and Stitch. And I think nothing else besides. I don't think did Minecraft get to $1 billion? I want to say it kissed.
No, it's just shy.
Yeah,
It's just shy. We talked
so
about
those are our
last
$2
week.
billion movies, and then it's like Minecraft. I want to say that Jurassic's at like 7, 18.
I've got it pulled up right here.
You got it? All right.
And then, so I did this. I put this in here just to compare like last summer to this summer, and they defined last summer by like starting in May to September. Like May 2nd to September 1st. And so other movies that round out the top 10 that came out in that time frame from this year. You already mentioned Lilo. Minecraft came out in April. But Jurassic was 4th at 700 million. How to Train Your Dragon, 5th. Mission Impossible was in that. F1, Superman. All came out in that time frame. Captain America still sits at number 9, which is crazy to think about.
People had goodwill and then got burned so hard.
They went for it.
And then
Got burnt
Thunderbolts rounded out the top 10 for so far in 2025 in the worldwide box office. Comparing this to last summer's top earners, and this is domestically, if you look at that time frame, Inside Out 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, Despicable Me 4, Twisters,
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Ain't no
I like that
live.
Bad Boys
keep
Ride or
chasing
Die. Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Yeah. Come on.
Kingdom
Great
of the
movie.
Planet of the Apes. A Quiet Place Day 1. It Ends With Us.
I saw that one in theaters.
If and The Fall Guy. I'm just
you
listing
didn't,
those
Brian.
out.
No, you didn't.
These listed
I went with Carly and her roommate. Sorry, they wanted to see it.
Was it a silent car ride?
That movie fucking sucks. It's like half a fucking. No, we're not gonna get into it.
Other
It's bad.
movies to note that came out but didn't make a lot of money during that time. Alien Romulus,
Ooh,
Long
didn't make a lot of money?
Legs, Furiosa, and Trap.
What about Gladiator? Oh, Gladiator was on the good side, wasn't it? No?
That was in like November of last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was
You know what?
with
Here's
Wicked.
what I will say, Eric. Not saying there's not great movies there, and obviously we weren't doing the pod then, so that brought me out. But like, I remember I told some coworkers, it was probably like a couple weeks ago. I was like, I've been going to the theater like this summer, at least this last like June to July stretch. There's been like a movie you should go to see. And I don't just mean for us who go to see movies a lot. I mean like people would actually go to see that movie with me.
Yeah.
With
Agreed.
when you got like 28 weeks, F1, Jurassic World, Superman, F4. There's probably more than I'm missing. Thunderbolts,
Yeah, Mission Impossible.
Mission
Yeah.
Impossible.
Like that's 7, and I'm sure I'm missing some just from like the last couple months alone. Like this has been a good summer for a movie, like getting people to theaters. And I was there Sunday night to see Fantastic Four. That theater is packed. Like people like going to the movies again. There was that weird era where people thought streaming was going to take over. Movies are back. Tom Cruise, Daddy Cruise.
I'd like to hope so.
You saved it. Well, it'll keep the trend going.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
I do think the blockbusters this summer, when you look at it toe to toe 2024, like are just like it's just better. Like if you stack them up, like the filmography. But I'm like, because obviously you have like Inside Out 2 and
yeah, but that gave me the
Despicable Me
Lilo and
4.
Stitch kind of.
Oh wait, no. Okay, I'm sorry.
Despicable Me 4. But like I think this is like this coming into the summer. I remember seeing the big slate of like in the next 6 weeks you're gonna get Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, and then Fantastic Four.
But yeah, and then we had the F1 28 weeks. 28 weeks or 28 years, like there was a section there where we were like, can we talk about all these in a given week? Because it was like these two are coming out at the same time.
Boom, boom, yeah.
And, I mean,
we took a little bit of a
like back-to-back weeks of Naked horror, like with Together and weapons, but also the Naked Gun.
Naked Gun comes out Friday, which I personally am really excited to see, and we can talk about that now.
I wrote it here. Is getting fantastic reviews
I am
right now.
so seated for Naked Gun. But then Eric, right after that, you got Together. You have weapons, which I am so pumped. There's movies like this is a stacked year. I think we're gonna look back on 2025, and I'm not saying there's gonna be the best movie, but the fact that like you have a Sinners type movie in here, where like you have the kind of the quintessential best movie of the year so far, and then you have like just a bunch of movies where like when you really look back on it, like 2024 was a pretty good year too. But like I think since we've gotten out of the weird era of 2021 into 2022, like I don't know if it was Tom Cruise, I don't know who did it, but we've been getting. Sure, there's crap that gets pushed to streaming, but there's a lot of good stuff out there.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm really happy with the state of the year so far.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, we still have like an Avatar movie waiting for us at the end of the year.
Fuck yeah!
So
there's so much good still to come out. Like
I know we got the whole fall releases.
It's festival season right now. We haven't even gotten into like, the movies that are
movie coming.
Good.
So hype, bro. He's doing like a blockbuster style movie, which is just insane. We got Paul
Thomas Anderson. I mean, there's names coming out.
I'm looking at our anticipated Snake right now. Just in a head, like even still coming up, right? We still have Wake Up Dead Man, Fire and Ash, Black Phone 2, Tron Ares. Running Man.
Sorry, for the first two to Black.
I'm excited for Tron Ares. I'm excited. I'm not
reading the ones that didn't come out that already came out. We have the Running Man, the Long Walk, the Naked Gun, One Battle After Another, No Other Choice, Highest to Lowest, Weapons, Marty Supreme, Together, Honey Don't, The Smashing Machine, Him. And then the Springsteen one. These are all still coming out this year.
Yeah.
And that's just that's just from our draft that we made a few weeks ago. Like that's crazy. And I left out some of the ones we already obviously because they already came out. But nothing has anything really been a disappointment.
A Wicked movie. We have the Wicked movie coming out too, which is crazy. Like how much that dominated the talk of last year's movies. Like
I'm gonna have to go again.
I think they have to do that whole press tour again.
Dude,
but a movie they filmed like damn near
they're holding
years
hands
ago.
and just
What was it? It was like a they're holding space or whatever.
They're doing that. Are you holding space? I'm holding space. I don't know. I've heard good things about Together so far, like very early talks, but like can you think of something this year? I guess we can leave it off of this. Like things that we were looking forward to that's been a disappointment. And I don't mean like Jurassic World Rebirth. It was as good as it could have been. I mean like has there been something that really was like, oh my god, poo poo pee pee?
I would need
pretty
good for this.
I know. I'm gonna have to go look. It's back up, Micah.
I memory hole so much of this stuff because
I know
I have this resource in my back pocket.
I know. I put my phone down somewhere and I don't remember where I put it.
Keep going. Okay.
I think one that people like coming into the year we were so excited about, and maybe it was like some people were so excited. And it just didn't like hit for everyone. I love the movie. I think Mickey 17 didn't hit for everyone. Some people thought it was really weird.
Yeah, but that was good. That was good though. I feel like that.
And then like Captain America is like.
But I didn't expect much. But I guess I could be putting a.
Yeah, that could be like whatever.
I thought Mickey 17 would still be in the conversation right now. It is kind of come and gone, which is disappointing.
Yeah,
which is disappointing.
That's a shame. We had Friendship this year too. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, we had
2.
And I mean, still up there with like my top 5 movies of the year. But Hell of a Summer will be one that's
hell yeah.
Look back. And David hasn't seen this movie and he wants to, so I think we need to rewatch it.
That's a good one to watch with him
around here.
He's gonna be talking over all the jokes, but I love David.
Yeah. But I mean, any other thoughts on this? But go back.
No, I'll bring up my last one because I'm not gonna bring up Warfare. Like that one's not that crazy. Paddington, Peru, shout out. But like you got like ones like The Monkey that kind of fall into obscurity. I think one that's gonna go back, people are gonna look back on is Bring Her Back. It's one of the better movies I've seen this year. I don't know if you guys saw it yet.
No,
that one's a good one.
Still being like a coward.
Yeah,
the point being is that there's a lot to like.
Scared.
There's movies that we're looking back at our 2025 and it's only July and being like, fuck, that movie came out this year. Like it's been a good year.
It's been good pickings right now.
So yeah, no, I like
looking forward. Sorry to cut you off. Looking forward.
No, please.
I put this in here. Bradley Cooper's obviously been having a great time with his directing the last couple projects he's had.
2 bangers. Argue with your mom. Argue with the wall.
I agree.
Argue with somebody. 2 bangers.
His latest directorial effort, he's not starring in it. It's called Is This Thing On? It's premiering at the New York Film Festival. It's premiering last, so it's obviously being teed up to be good.
Context about what it?
It stars Will Arnett and Laura Dern as a couple, divorced couple, I believe. And Will Arnett's obviously he's an older gentleman. He's having a midlife crisis, and he makes a big career change, and he decides he's going to start a stand-up comedy on the west side of New York. And obviously Will Arnett's a funny guy, but hey, I trust Bradley Cooper. I think
Did you see Maestro? I didn't see it.
I watched Maestro.
I said banger movie. Banger movie.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't see it, so I was curious.
I'll be
I like The Star Is Born. So
Rare Netflix movie. I managed to sneak out. I had to go out to Bethesda and watch this in the theater.
Damn.
It was just me and old people.
Damn.
And it was heat.
You went out to Skyrim.
Damn. But I mean, this is different than his last 2 movies. Both obviously like a little musically based, but this is just kind of like it's still in the arts. He's not directing himself as the main character. And get to see like Will Arnett in a role that's kind of like obviously lends towards he's a funny guy, but I'm sure it's not. I don't know. Like my guess is how this movie's gonna go, but we get to see a little dramatic side.
I think Bradley Cooper's a talented enough director. I think he's gonna be good, and I kind of liked seeing a director take a step back from starring in it, like Ben Affleck's directing Argo, The Town. Fine, I like Gone Baby Gone best, and that's one he does not star in. So I think that could be something cool to see.
Yeah. Maybe the Academy will like it a little bit more.
The Academy, probably.
Yeah, I know he's Oscar hunting, but like, what would it be like? Screenplay or director? I think he's cooked in both categories.
Didn't A Star Is Born win a bunch, or was it just acting one? I don't remember. He won
Lady Gaga, and then a bunch of music ones, and that's it.
Yeah.
Nominated for a bunch. Bradley Cooper's got hella nominations. None of that helps.
Hella noms, dog.
We'll see if he
can.
can.
Yeah, he's got Silver Linings Playbook too. I know he got nommed. I think.
Yeah. Has he actually won anything for anything?
Nope.
No, I don't think he has either.
So
Damn
maybe
tough.
He wants it so bad, and I think it's fair to want it. You know, we were just talking about Timothée Chalamet wants it. Why is that okay? And then when Bradley Cooper does it, everyone's like, "Boo, Bradley Cooper."
I know, right?
You're 12.
He's a child. He's like our age.
He's pushing 30.
Speaking of an up-and-coming star, Kaylee Spaney, Eric's love of his life.
I think I could achieve her. But, I mean, I'm sorry.
What an insane way to say.
I can stand up at this new booth. What the fuck?
I think I can achieve her.
You fucking sicko.
Oh, Riley, I bet you're not watching.
She should have been Ellie in The Last of Us.
She's a 25-year-old minor, you sick fuck.
Hey, no, she's not.
Are you doing the SVU meme? She is 32 years old, you sick
She was a 35-year-old minor, you sick fuck. Gotta get right up to her ear.
Oh my god. So she's in the Elden Ring, or Eric, you probably wrote
I
this.
like Kaylee Spaney. Obviously, we talked about this when it got announced that he was doing this A24 Elden Ring movie. None of us seem like we know the lore with Elden Ring, but we like Garland.
Do you want me to download it tonight, Eric? I'll go play it. I'm not going to be good at it.
And I like Kaylee Spaney. I didn't write it in here. I saw one of the guys from Warfare is also linked to this movie.
Is it? Yeah. Fuck. One of the 18.
I get. It's not Will Fulton.
Is it Native American guy?
It's not Joseph Quinn. It's not Cosmo Char. It's Michael Gandolfini.
Oh,
yes.
No, it's not. It's Kit Connor. It's Kit Connor.
It's Kit Connor.
Yeah, it's Kit Connor. All right. So
one of the guys from Warfare.
Of all the
He was in Saving Private Ryan. He was one of the soldiers.
He was in a Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers. He was in Band of Brothers.
No, he was one of those, not the main character, but like one of the other guys. Yeah.
I'm making fun of me.
All right, Eric, tell us more about it. What else?
I mean, that's all we know. I don't know. This is out there for Kaylee Spaney. Obviously, she did Romulus. We like her in that.
Yeah.
I also saw news that Jonathan Davis at San Diego Comic-Con. I think I just said his name right. Obviously, in Romulus, they asked him about when the sequel to Romulus was being filmed, if it was going to be this year, and he's like, "You're not far off. Like, you have something with your sources. Fingers crossed. That's happening soon as well." This would be kind of weird for her. Like, I think of Elden Ring, and I think of like goblins and ghouls and elves. So
I think it'll be cool. I mean,
someone's
it's
gonna
Garland.
watch the walkthrough. I don't know.
I'm honestly, I need to. People tell me you haven't
gamed.
gamed until you play like one of those games because it's harder.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll just do it. But Garland worked with her in what was it? Civil War. So
Civil War.
it's exciting. But that's cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
Yeah. We could skip over the Naked Gun because we already kind of talked about that. But this was weird, Eric. I saw this. I'm assuming Eric wrote this.
Yeah. You can
Weird.
go ahead.
So Steven Yeun of Walking Dead and Invincible fame is cast as Zuko in the Legend of Aang: The Last Airbender movie that's coming out. Is it this? Sorry, I got a thing in the way. Coming out next year. It's an animated film about the gang, and it's weird because Dante Basco, who plays Zuko, is very much alive and well, and
very much
still sounds like him. In fact, I'd argue probably would sound more like him because he's now aged with the character.
Right.
Why?
I don't know if they're going to use Dante. I don't know what they're doing here. Obviously, this brings a lot of like pedigree to this movie.
But
like
his
with
character.
Steven Yeun obviously has his voice acting credentials and people love him for that with Invincible. But he also plays like a teenager in Invincible.
Yeah,
so
but
if he's using his voice for
Zuko
this,
has a very distinct voice.
I agree. I'm all for Dante Basco. I just don't know I think this is only just optics at the end of the day. But I guess, but like, I think you're
it's
pissing
kind
off
of
your
fucked
core
up.
audience.
I think that's kind of fucked up because he's gonna start talking and be like, "That doesn't sound like Zuko." And it'd be different if like he was like obviously Zachary Tyler Eisen could play Aang, I guess, as an adult, but if they needed him to be young, he couldn't because he's an adult now and he doesn't sound like a little boy. But Dante Basco played Zuko's grandson in the Korra show like less than a decade ago, whatever it was. I don't know. I just think it's a weird move. I think that's hyping off the Invincible fame. I don't like it personally.
Well, at first, my first thought was I got immediately concerned because I was like, when's the last time that I see my guy in live action? And this is just goes to show to our old point of how memory hold Mickey 17 is, because he had significance in Mickey 17.
Movie.
He was at Mickey 17.
So that was my first thought, and then my second thought is
beef. Like that's what.
That was my concern.
Beef.
I was like, surely it wasn't the beef. No, but he's got like 2 movies out this year. Like he's been working in live action, thank God. But then I was like, y'all gotta move on, and that reminded me of a little secret favorite, like that show that I've seen, like maybe right on the cusp of when I should have aged out, and then like I'll see clips and they're funny. But The Amazing World of Gumball, they file those kids in and out. The second they hit puberty, they're recast. They're like, wow, what was that? A little bit of bass to your voice? Fired. Next kid in. You know, they'll have fun with it. But they file them out. Y'all just gotta let go. Let go.
No. But you understand, Micah, with this one is that Dante Basco has been a voice actor in the world forever, since like the 90s. He has. I'm not saying that like, oh, like that's our guy. It's more like it's a very unique voice. When he started playing Zuko, he was probably a late teenager. He was an adult. Like he was an adult. Like and you hear him talk, it's a very unique voice. So it kind of be like the guy who still sounds. Phineas? I would say, yeah, the guy, like it'd be like having someone else play SpongeBob, even though that's a bad example too. I'm saying like he's literally still sounds the same, is still a working voice actor, not like an old man. Like it literally feels they did it just because of the
name
voice
ID,
acting
the name.
hype. Well, because Steve Ewan's getting a lot of voice acting praise because of his work in Invincible.
Well, he's also a name, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know who Dante Basco is.
Which is so funny
Dante
because
Basco.
Dante Basco and Steven Yeun might be the same age, but Dante obviously it's his voice and he can play like an adult version of his voice. And Steven Yeun's playing a teenager was for his voice acting what he's most known for.
I think that's
and this is
weird.
He's being brought in to play an adult version of this character, which is
I will ask this question: Dante, TV only for Avatar?
Yeah, no, he didn't. I mean, he's only been the voice. He's never played. There's
No,
never been
I
a
mean that's
movie.
what I mean. Like
Yeah.
on TV only.
Yeah, this is never
It's a
reached.
movie, so maybe.
I
This is
just
where
think
things change.
I think there's a lot of like for instance, let's say they were doing another movie, an animated movie about the kids. They're still kids, the gang that we know from the show. You'd have to recast Aang. You just had to. You would have to. And people might be like, he doesn't sound like Aang. But like you said, bruh, move on. They got to shuffle him out.
Yeah,
It's been
the
20
second
years.
they hit puberty, get them
But this
fuck
one
out of
is
there.
one where it's like he's still it's the same actor who sounds like him.
Yeah.
It's the guy we've known.
And it might just,
gonna-
to Micah's point, be that they're recasting probably all of the voice actors.
Yeah, but that's weird. To me, that's still
But
weird.
to me,
like
Dante,
May,
yeah, because Zuko was also the oldest in the show. So
Yeah, May
this is
Whitman.
one where it's like Dante also was at like the San Diego Comic-Con booth. Like
he
he's
was
still
there
like,
with everybody.
Yeah, he's still very much involved with it. So it's like kind of weird that he's getting pushed out.
Maybe they'll do young and old, and he can be the young.
Maybe,
Or the,
Yeah.
you know,
I don't know, man.
Maybe
I
they're
don't
like
know.
so for his sake.
Steve, you're young. Dante, you're old.
No, this
don't
feels like completely like a this is a name move, Mike. Like you said, this has nothing to do with him being like, well, you play Zuko better than the guy who's fucking Zuko. It's like you're famous. You were definitely more
Yeah.
famous than.
Brian, I'm about to hit you with it.
Grow up.
Grown-ass man. Grown-ass man.
Hey!
That's
This rocks.
that is Avatar. That's different. That's different than SpongeBob.
You have your
I will
avatar,
accept.
Micah. Brian can have his. All right.
I will. No. Him chirping me for SpongeBob. I will take that because that is a
That's
little weird. This
SpongeBob.
is a show. This is a show that I like more as I get older.
I'm
I
about
watch
to
it every year.
transition.
Yeah,
Speaking
transition.
of refusing to let go, Arnold Schwarzenegger steps back into Predator universe. Had talks with Dan Trachtenberg. His character, I didn't know about this, was added to an
I didn't know
extended
this either.
ending. How far could you extend that ending? Were we just in that hallway of bodies?
I think it's
for
in
like
the hallway
5
of bodies.
minutes.
I think it's in the hallway of bodies. Yeah. I think they
Was
just added
added.
him in.
Dude,
Okay.
I feel like there was already a tacked on ending. You need to add it to another tacked on ending.
Yeah, how much ending are we gonna get? Still ended.
This is weird. I mean, it's good, cool. Like you get Arnold, but like, do we need like an Arnold cameo
No,
in
I think-
something that's
I think-
already doing fine?
I think it's fine. I think you had to include it. I think you had to at least, even in just in the animated one, you had to at least like be like, even if he doesn't come back at all going
He's
forward,
iconic.
you gotta be like, because you show Naru and all these other, you gotta at least show him. Are they gonna put Danny Glover next for
Yeah,
Predator
yeah.
2?
Extend it,
Animated
more.
Adrian-
Extend it more.
Adrian
Animated's
Brody.
one thing, you know. But are we gonna get
Keegan-Michael
Arnold
Key?
in like a
No,
Terminator
the
movie, or not a
fourth one.
Terminator,
No,
a
third
Predator
one.
movie? That's what I'm worried about. I don't think we.
I don't
need
think so. I
that.
think it's the animated thing. I don't think it's gonna be that. Because like at that point, it'd be like, okay, we can have, like I just said, Danny Glover, old as hell.
Keegan-Michael Key.
Keegan, yeah, we're gonna bring back. Bring back Keegan Michael Key and that dude from Logan, from the Shane Black one, and then Adrian Brody. That was what I
Adrian
said when I was
Brody,
Predators.
yeah.
Adrian Brody, Mahershala Ali, Walton Goggins. There's another.
Very good.
Was Walton Goggins in one of these?
Oh yeah,
He's in the third Predator.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that cast is stacked. It's weird.
I want us to rewatch that movie at some point. 'Cause
Dude,
that movie
put
is
it on the
fucking
list.
Hilarious.
Put it on the list. I watched it like a month ago, but I'm just saying it's
yeah.
weird because I'm like, why is Mahershala Ali comes out there and goes like, in my country, he talks like an African accent and then dies. That's all he does. And then Walton Topher Grace is in that movie too, and Lawrence Fishburne. It's an absolutely ludicrous cast.
That's crazy. That's
yeah,
crazy.
it's nuts.
That
And
is fucking
who's that
crazy.
Brazilian girl who was in everything for about a decade and then we never see her again? She's in I Am Legend and City of God and Predators and more stuff. She's man, that's gonna drive me crazy. She's the girl from I Am Legend. Do you know
I
what I'm talking
can't
about?
remember.
No, I'm looking it
Oh
up.
fuck! You'll recognize her when you see her. You're gonna
Yeah,
be like,
I
oh,
did.
that
As soon as
chick.
you said City of God, I think I put
Yeah,
a face.
she was in everything for a while. If you listen closely, you can hear God's plan.
Alice Braga.
There it is.
Oh, she's still in stuff.
Is she?
I think. Oh yeah, Alice Braga. Yeah, she's in. Yeah. She's on TV now.
Okay, I didn't figure she was out of work, but she was a big deal for a while.
Yeah, she was.
Like kind of like when you watch iRobot and the love interest is Tom Brady's baby mama. She's not in anything anymore.
Remember when she was in the Suicide Squad movie?
Oh, she wasn't she?
She was the doctor in the New Mutants. Oof.
That's what it was. She was there. She was being like, these children are dying.
Yeah.
They like stitched in. They stitched in. They stitched in shit from Logan, didn't they? They stitched in footage from
Yeah.
Logan in the New Mutants. That was so
she
bad.
was good in Elysium. I liked Elysium.
I like that movie too.
Oh yeah, now we're in the 2000s. Yeah, she was like pumping.
I
it
like
out.
Neil Blomkamp. I don't care. I like Chappie. I
Chappie.
love District 9. I like Chappie. I don't give a
Gareth
fuck.
Edwards came in and stole his whole flow.
He
It's
did
crazy.
steal his whole thunder. And then now we got Neil Blomkamp directing Gran Turismo. They don't let him do sci-fi no more.
No, they don't. All right.
All right, moving on.
Speaking of people who aren't allowed to do things anymore, our movie.
George.
No, whoops. My bad.
No,
I
let's skip.
jumped.
No,
No, that's
Mike,
it, right?
Do you want to do? Are we doing the movie of the week? Or you want to talk about George Lucas's museum?
Well, I thought it was cool. Eric likes Star Wars. Shoot
All right.
me. Shoot
Okay,
me,
go ahead.
guys. You know,
No,
I
cut it.
try
What I
and
just
relate
said.
to you. Try
I
and
get
relate.
it. I get it. Cut it.
He's
and
making
cut
himself a museum of narrative art. That's all.
Nice.
It's in L.A. He's going to have
That's cool.
33 galleries, an event venue, a library, 2 theaters. He's going to fill it with... It's basically one ginormous flex of his entire career, producing, directing, writing. And yeah, it seems pretty interesting. He announced it at the Comic-Con.
I saw he was in the same outfit he's been wearing since 1975.
Respect that.
Somebody
man,
said
all
that.
right? He looks.
I
good.
do respect him.
Hey,
Hey,
full head of hair included. Full head of hair included.
He's
No one's
killing
doing
it.
it like him. He's
He had
stress-free. He doesn't give a
He had
fuck.
the
He's
foresight to
stress-free.
retain merchandising rights. All right, that man's
he
a
did,
genius.
yes. Yeah. And that's a Family Guy, right? I know you. This is about love, war, and the foresight to maintain merchandising rights. I mean, dude, no bullshit. Like, this man's been one of the biggest bag getters ever. Like, we don't have to go to Star Wars, but like him going, like, the fact that like even if he's sitting there, people like they might not agree with his vision. He's like, bro, he created this universe that has just exploded.
Yeah.
And he has just
He made the bag off it.
smells. She's cooking something out there. It smells really good. I'm in the closet.
You're in the closet. Bride's in the closet. No, that's a
I'll be at the-
that's
What
a
is she
bag
cooking?
getter right there. I think in terms of like world building, he's behind someone like James Cameron, but he's still like got his bag off of what he did, off of what he's
it's-
able to.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right.
So, hey,
Eric.
What a come up.
deserved it.
Eric, you want to talk about I'm trying to think of a word building
Public
thing. There's
Enemies.
nothing world building about. I can't think of it. talk to us about this
Yeah.
movie of the week.
Yeah, no, my movie of the week, Public Enemies, by Michael Mann, released in 2009. Stars Johnny Depp as John Dillinger, and this is like a period piece. So it's about John Dillinger, who's a real character. In a way, this is a biopic, but it's about the crime spree in the 1930s during the Great Depression, where Dillinger and a couple other famous gangsters, notably one off top of my head, Babyface Nelson, and this whole gang went across the Midwest robbing tons of banks, and it really was the inception of the FBI, because this is what started the need for there to be an interstate police force that would cross state lines, because local police force and state police force couldn't handle these guys. They were too fast and too quick. And so it stars Johnny Depp, and it talks also about his love interest at the time, Billy something, who's played
Flechette.
by
Flechette.
So it's a half French woman. So obviously it's played by Marion Cotillard, which, by the way, I was looking at her filmography. This woman dominated the late 2000s, 2010s.
She had Inception.
She's gone. Dark Knight Rises. She was in a ton of shit.
The infamous
She did-
death scene, that's her.
Yeah, she did Allied, and then she hasn't been in.
That's
in
the
shit
movie that
since.
broke up
Has she
Brad
not
and
oh, wait.
Angelina.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She
Has she not-
fucked him.
She hasn't been in
Has she
shit
not been-
in like 7 years. Like,
Really?
think about Marion Cotillard. She's been on TV. She's been doing TV stuff.
Didn't
but
she
not even
win,
like big TV shit.
She won an Academy Award for that. She played that French singer.
She does
I
have
think.
an Oscar.
Bon,
I think.
yeah, she won for it's a French film. She plays that singer, and it's funny because that's the song they use in Inception, sung by that. She's also in. Anyway, Eric, continue your synopsis.
Yeah, but the rest of this cast, you have Christian Bale
Crazy,
playing the
crazy cast.
Yeah, playing the police officer or the FBI agent Melvin Purvis, who's chasing Johnny Depp. Other guys, Jason Clarke has a big role. Stephen Graham plays the aforementioned Babyface Nelson. Billy Crudup
Check out my wet egg.
plays J. Edgar Hoover. Other guys, we got Stephen Lang, who plays our boy in Avatar.
He
Yeah.
shows up like 20 minutes before the end, and it's like, Stephen Lang's in this movie? Where'd you
No,
come
he's in the
from?
beginning. He's in the
Is he,
beginning.
is he
He's
very, the
He's
very
in
beginning?
one scene. He's in one scene at
They
the train station.
oh.
Then you don't see him forever, and then he comes back. Like, oh
He's
yeah,
like,
he's part of
I'm at
Christian
the
Bale.
end. It's me, it's Stephen Lang. And I was
Don't forget about Channing Tatum. He's in
And
this
Channing
movie.
Tatum has a little role in this movie. as pretty boy Floyd.
Pretty boy Floyd.
Yeah, I want to know you guys. It's like the cinematography is by the same guy who did The Heat. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are.
I can go with this one. So this movie, it was a real roller coaster on how I thought about it. Because at the beginning, I was like, oh, this is just Heat, but boring. And then I was like, no. But like kind of just back in the 30s, I thought like, oh, that's why I maybe felt a little dull. Then this movie got super interesting. Like I got locked in for a while. And then I thought it kind of dragged its heels a little bit at the end, but I ultimately really enjoyed this film. The only thing I will say is that what I loved about it, Michael Mann knows how to direct shootouts. Holy shit. Those things are awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like everyone's performances were a little underutilized. It's kind of a not that interesting Christian Bale performance. It's not that interesting with Johnny Depp performance. It's Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. But Michael Mann does such a good job directing like those, just everything about the, like, you know, when the people dealing with robberies or whatever. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Did I lose you guys? Sorry.
No, you're good. I like the shootout scenes, like the foot of flame shooting out of the rifles, just in every shootout scene. Windows breaking, guys in the alleyway, speeding cars, even though they look like, you know, they're the old-fashioned, like, you know, cars.
They're probably
like,
going like 40 miles per hour.
Yeah, we've got the doohickey. It can do 50. Yeah, you're like, all right, hell yeah. I liked the prison break. You know, love a good prison break.
Yeah,
we get two of those. That's heat. I mean, electric, not to make a bad pun, but I did find, like, I wasn't familiar with John Dillinger going in, and I did not leave too much more terribly familiar with who John Dillinger was.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Not
a whole lot
really
to this movie.
It felt like a movie that you could safely play at the end of a history lesson about John Dillinger. And it's like, remember that guy you heard about that you researched and you know his whole life and where he's born and their relationship? Watch this fun 2-hour movie where he dies. He gets shot the fuck up. And that'd be cool. I also thought, you said you didn't find Christian Bale's performance interesting. I was fascinated about if he, when he opened his mouth, would have the accent or not. Because
that's what I'm saying. It wasn't that good of a performance. And he's a good actor. It wasn't that good of a performance.
When he would yell, it would completely go away. And I was like, you gotta, you know, and it's so hard because he's only yelling when they're doing the shooting. Yeah. So it's like you cannot stop probably thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of pyrotechnics just because Christian Bale can't yell in that ridiculous accent he was doing. The Midwestern.
He had that, like, it was very soft-spoken.
The Midwestern.
Because I think he probably saw, when he did that first interview scene when J. Edgar brings him out front.
Oh, it's heavy.
You can tell
thick.
he probably watched the videos of how this guy talks, so he nailed, like, the demeanor. But then, like you said, when it came to scenes where he had to be like, cut him off!
Yeah.
He's like, I can't do that.
It's gone.
Go ahead.
Rarely would I ever say Billy Crudup is like out acting Christian Bale.
Yes,
in the scene.
yes.
But I'm like,
oh my god.
I'm like, hey, look at Billy Crudup doing this 19 like 20s 30s like accent.
You get those
right
sons
now.
of bitches.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, he's like, we got these young G-men all around the country stopping, and I'm like, oh, look at Billy Crudup go. I'm having a good time.
Look at Johnny Depp though, just being like I'm Johnny Depp. That's it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, Ricky. Go ahead. I'm cutting you off.
I thought so. This is a movie I watched when I was really young, and I hadn't watched it in over a decade. So I wanted to go back and be like, this. When I was younger, I was just like enthralled by like the shooting scenes, the guns. I was like, having a Tommy gun sounds so cool. And when watching it later, I'm like, I'm still thinking the same thing. I'm like, I'm just like, dude, Johnny Depp's fits, those glasses he's wearing, I'm like, that's pretty sick. I would love it. I'm over here Googling because I need a new pair. I'm like, what kind of glasses is Johnny Depp wearing when he died in Public Enemies? Like, I'm like, those are fucking tough.
They're like,
dude.
actually, these are Versace.
And they're Michael Mann directed shootout sequences, so they're fucking awesome. But like you said, Mike, I didn't really learn a lot. And that actually brings me to a point I really want to make. Because I was looking up some of these people, because they're true people.
That's interesting.
First off, J. Edgar Hoover is one of the biggest pieces of shit in American history.
Clock it,
like he goes, I'm gonna get talk about the time when you start kicking in the doors of innocent people trying to find criminals. Here's the craziest part. Christian Bale's character, they say at the end, he shortly left the force and took his own life. Skipped over a few things. he was working with Patton in the war. He was part of the Nuremberg trials. He hunted down Nazis in America after this. So why did they just brush over him, like being like he left the force after this and then killed himself?
Killed himself.
I think it's because
like,
of that.
Yeah.
That one tiny scene where he shoots
When
at that
he's, like,
car
looking-
and it's
He
the
kills
wrong car.
civilians. He kills
They're like-
civilians.
in
or
about
when they're
40
torturing that
minutes.
guy.
Or the woman.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Or
that
the
and then
woman.
why were they remember when who's the guy who was on the robbery with them and Babyface and he's got a bullet
And
in his
he's
skull.
dying. And, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get the idea of what they're trying to be like. He regretted the way he got Dillinger, but like you're gonna brush past the fact that like people like even on the Wikipedia page they said he took down Dillinger, kind of a footnote on what this guy did in his career. Like he
Yeah.
was a big part in World War II and then hunted down Nazis.
I would
in
love
America
to see the
for-
Hunting Down Nazis movie. That
Yeah,
sounds,
that's
Yeah.
cool. Like
just
you-
pull up to
like-
Houston, I guess, where the NASA program is. Start
Jason
shooting.
Clarke, I will say that performance-wise, like Jason Clarke is one of those guys who like never really got the leading title credit, but is always good consistently. I'm a big Jason Clarke supporter. I guess. Yeah.
I'm thinking through other thoughts I had on the movie, but like outside of the cast, like they're doing what they do. I think mainly maybe it's a problem with the script because obviously Michael Mann's doing a great job
It's
with
a
these
script problem.
shootouts, bank robberies, like any of these scenes, kids. And I think they do a good job of. And Michael Mann's obviously known for this for Heat, but like making it feel realistic. Like these shootout scenes, I'm having trouble tracking who's who. And I think that's like at times a problem with this movie because of the script, but I also like works because it like feels more realistic. Like what you're watching feels more real. But then like he does, and I think he makes it a point in this movie not to over dramatize a lot of what's going on with the story. Like you're not
Sure.
It's like I looked it up. It's not like confirmed whether or not he said the whole "Bye Bye Blackbird" thing.
I
when
heard
he
that.
died.
Yeah.
But like that's maybe the most over dramatized part of the movie. The rest is very like to the T kind of what happened with the story. And
The arm around sequence was real. I heard that. I read that was real.
And that's another. I like the kind of wide shot scenes when the plane's landing and you have the flare going. I like the scores going. Something that I had a hard time like kind of getting it because it's a period piece and like obviously with the clothes and the voices outside of Christian Bale at times, everyone's kind of leaning into it. But the cinematography, this wasn't Michael Mann's first time on digital, but like it's because he did Collateral, but he's using the same guy that did Heat, who they shot that on film, and this is the first time he worked with Michael Mann digitally because he didn't work with him for Collateral or whatever the other one.
He seemed uncomfortable with digital. I thought. Like
I agree. It seemed very close-up shots, handheld shots.
Yeah.
At times,
A lot of handheld shots.
That was
which
too
made
much
it
handheld.
hard to
Too much
track,
handheld. Yeah.
take track of. These are like all these guys are like they're just like white dudes fighting with guns. I couldn't tell who was who a ton of the time.
In suits.
And it felt
in suits.
Yeah, and it felt weird at times because like there were handheld shots that like I think worked on certain sequences, like when John Diller's busting through a door and it's trying to be the dynamic motion of him like taking someone against the wall. But then it does the same treatment when Billy Crudup's getting up from his desk chair, and I'm like, this is jarring.
Yeah.
Why is it getting like you know what I mean? Why are we getting the same treatment of someone going like walking out of a room and like somebody actually like fighting? It worked at times, and like you said, it did feel like it was uncomfortable. Like there were times when it really worked and times it really didn't.
I agree.
That night shootout sequence when they're chasing each other, I could not have told you. I got confused at one point when Babyface Nelson pulls up. Remember he gets the car.
Oh yeah.
He goes, get in the car, you fucking idiots! And I was like, oh, that's John Dillinger. Nope, it was Homer.
Homer and
fuck if I
someone
can
else.
tell.
Yeah, two guys whose names
It was
you already
so
forgot.
confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were too many characters, and then I didn't realize that those two dudes who got arrested when they were in Florida died in prison.
Yep.
Oh,
Never saw them again because they
'cause he
never got
walks
to
in-
break them out because the
never had
big
to break
job
them.
didn't work out.
Yeah, I know.
So
It's like
it's hard to It's another two guys whose names you might have caught, might have missed that you just don't see anymore.
I think it speaks like the screenplay, and Michael Mann doesn't like pull any punches. I'm like, this is the story. This is like the period. This is what happened, and I'm like not gonna spoon feed it to you. And
it
like,
could use a little embellishment.
I agree.
I think
for
this
the
story
Down movie.
I think this story, like you said, like I think they did the right call, like having Michael Mann direct this movie, because like it could have easily been a really boring ass movie if you didn't.
sure.
But at the same time, I don't know who wrote the script. I didn't check.
Michael Mann.
But did Michael Mann write the script too?
Yep.
Okay, maybe bring someone in who's a little better at fleshing out
Yeah.
historical pieces like this, because it lacked in that category. Also, I want to point out, I had a good chuckle early in the movie when I was like, oh yeah, this was the era where you could just like tell a chick like, you're with me now, get in the fucking car.
Yeah.
Because he walks into that
You
fucking
gotta look
goat
like Johnny
station,
Depp
like,
and have
Punch
John
a slap,
Dillinger's
I
money.
know.
backhands a dude.
beats the shit out of dude and goes like, I like you, I like whiskey, I like cars, get in.
Yeah.
All right. Shit.
And I think that's
guess I'm getting-
ultimately to your point about the roller coaster of the movie. The first act is super like undercooked. I don't think they properly use it
it's
at
super.
all.
Once
to,
I get
like,
into it, it gets a little
who
better.
John is and who these guys are in his life.
Right.
It just kind of speed runs through it. And like I should feel something when fucking Red dies. I should feel something when that other guy
Red
gets shot and then he's like bleeding out, but he gets tortured. Like I should feel something about that. I should feel like there should be more of a thing between like Babyface Nelson and John Dillinger. Like Babyface Nelson's off the walls, but they do use visual storytelling for that. They don't really like have
This
them
movie-
interact much.
This movie hits its best stride once they get them out of prison. They start hitting the robberies. You have Christian Bale and them kind of getting closer and closer on their tail up until when I would say around when they get busted in Miami. Maybe that last bank job's a decent scene, but you know what I mean? Like, and then that shootout was great, but like when it was, there was points where it got momentum. Like, because it
Yeah.
didn't need too much of the script. You knew Christian Bale had a task force. You knew they were kind of like nipping at leads.
Yeah.
You had, and then they had that, like, a lot of things were undercooked, like you said, like that whole thing where they's like, our gambling ring doesn't need your ass, and you are gonna fuck our shit up
Yeah.
by getting the Federal Bureau in, and then it just kind of happens.
And
You
then
don't
those
really
two
see anything
guys
more about it.
with the gambling have a separate conversation where they're like, no,
Yeah.
you don't understand. We're coast to coast, and they're interstate. We're
Right.
gonna. That means us. You know, all
Yeah.
that stuff. We're next. I was like, is that gonna go anywhere? Are they gonna show up or betray him? And it was like, no.
Yeah,
They're just
it
thinking
doesn't really do
about
anything.
All
Carly,
the
Carly-
slash gambling illegal state
What
by
did you
state.
say?
no,
No.
Carly, so Carly brought a point because she fell asleep watching the movie, but she because she was tired, long shift. I'm gonna blame her. She sees the first scene when they're in there, you know, with the suits, and she goes, nobody robs banks anymore. I'm like, and it does shine light on the. There was an era where you could just walk in. We're John Dillinger and the fucking Brisby boys, and we're robbing your ass. And then if you just drove across state lines before the cops caught you, they're like, "Pfft, well, if he
can't
comes
get you."
back here, if he comes back to
You
Indiana,
better not. You better not.
we're
come
gonna get
back.
him. yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it is kind of funny that was an era where you could like, who robbed your bank? Oh, it's John Dillinger. Well, why is he in jail? Well,
Yeah.
he has to
And
get
that was another
arrested.
thing.
He has to get arrested in the state that he has to get arrested in another state for us to get him transferred here.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we can't arrest him. We can't go over there.
And it, like you guys brought up, like I still don't feel like I knew a ton about John Dillinger other than he likes whiskey, baseball, and Marion Cotillard.
Marion
It's-
Cotillard,
Yeah,
yeah.
like he was supposed, and they kind of pin at it, but like he was viewed at that time as sort of like a Robin Hood figure in that sense. Not that he's
Yeah.
giving back, but like it's the Great Depression. Everyone's fucking piss poor, and this guy's going against the grain and like stealing rich people's money.
But
And,
he was
Yeah.
also like the people that he would like the people that were in the bank would also get money. They don't show that,
Right.
but they talk
Yeah,
about
they
it.
don't-
They briefly he makes one comment to a guy
Yeah.
who has his money on the counter, and
Yeah.
then they reference it one more time
Yeah, right.
briefly in an exchange, but they don't touch on it.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of
At
why
all.
people like him. Like the people
Yeah.
fucked with him because
Well, yeah, that would have been good to know.
yeah, it would have
It's-
added a little bit of extra shade
Yeah.
to him being like
And that
Also-
obviously like Robin Hood trope combined with the like kind of trope of a lot of gangster movies you watch between like Goodfellas, like anything where it's like the whole everything's going great, but or even like Wolf of Wall Street, where everything's going great, everything's great, and like you see the decline, like you got to know when to stop to get out of the game, and like they don't, and you see them get caught
Yeah.
eventually. Like those
Everything happens too
tropes
quickly.
don't really like they're there, but they're not flushed out enough in this
And
movie.
there's even a thing at the beginning that confused me, and it took me a little bit to kind of pivot. Was at the beginning, he goes like, "It's the era of this," the text crawl, and it says John Dillinger, Alvin, what's his face, which is Gino Ribisi's character, and Babyface Nelson, which made me think that was a unit, and then it turns out he barely works. He never works with Babyface Nelson except for that time he fucks him up. Or Alvin is like a guy who he respects, but they don't really work together. So it just. There was a lot of moving pieces in this movie that they never really tied in. Like I said, I feel like there's a lot more interest to Christian Bale's character they didn't go into, because like I think they could have done a lot more, Micah, like you said, with him like wrestling with how they're handling this, and they just kind of show a couple
Yeah.
scenes where he's like, "This bums me out."
Or even more detective work. A lot of times,
Sure.
like the first time they pull up on one of his associates, we don't know how they figured that out. They just pull up.
Wait,
and
are
they're
you
like,
talking about when he pulls up on baby faces? Or are you talking about when he pulls
yeah,
up on?
baby faces. This kind of they pull up and then they just get these leads. Don't do really
Yeah,
like
they
they
don't show.
go through. I really like the scene where he's explaining the coat. He's like, and that means
Yeah.
he has to be somewhere. We see zero
That was cool.
groundwork. We see
Right, because he
zero
talks
of
about
the
they must have rented
groundwork.
the coat. He must have rented the coat here. But then, like, also even
Yeah.
the woman who betrays him at the end, he's kind of like, immigration's in trouble, and I'm like, oh, so that was easy. Fucking Jesus, like you got it.
Yeah, and I like watching it. I was like, who is she again? Like it was a
Yeah.
little
Why'd
bit
they put-
hard.
They reference her at the beginning, but like
Yeah,
they don't do a good job of like
hard.
throughout making her a
hard.
character that like.
Alright.
Why
she's
did they
the
shoot
lever.
him?
Yeah, they just pulled up.
No,
on
he
him,
just
like-
he just went off the bloody handle and just popped his
Also,
ass.
I couldn't help but laugh because that scene's so dramatic. But that guy who's pissed off because he tortured fucking Johnny
Yeah.
Depp's Marion Cotillard.
Bad
He's
boy.
all- Yeah, and I was like, he's shaking his hands, he's pulling
Yeah.
up, and like fucking Johnny Depp fucking just turns and like stares at him, like, and the guy like freezes. I'm like, no, bro. And then obviously like Quaritch just shows up and just
Who is
pops him.
holding back Christian Bale? It
don't
wasn't
know.
a
Yeah,
cop. It was like
so
random
it's like
citizens
petite,
were like,
it's
"Give
a
it
it's
the
a 5'2"
fucking-"
woman in a big hat that just happens
Is it
to have
O-line?
the strength
Yeah.
of an O lineman. While trying to get through, she's
Fast
like,
fuck.
yeah.
Because he like, it wasn't like the cops being like, let him shoot him. No, he was like, he could see what's happening. He's like, oh, they're gonna pop Dillinger. That's not what we're doing here. We gotta arrest
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, move aside. And they're like, all these like citizens are like being like, no, fucking block scheme.
Yeah.
Like,
Those extras had
They don't
one
know that's
job, all right?
Dillinger,
Those
yeah.
extras had
It's a
one
movie-
job.
it's a movie that like I feel like the best way to describe it's like it's a movie that like has because it's Michael Mann directing has some really great things going for it, but a lot of it's just a little bit undercooked.
Yeah.
I agree.
And more I'm thinking about it, I think I gave it 4, and everybody's I'm going to move down to 3.5. I think because like I just think more think about it, I'm like there's not a whole lot that goes in the movie. I got caught up in the when it was working because Michael Mann's direction when he's in his bag, Michael Mann's direction is sharp and it is good.
I agree. Like I think the exciting parts are when like
Yeah.
no one's talking and the screenplay is just
Yeah.
let's fucking
Yeah.
have a
Put the
shootout.
screenplay
And,
aside.
like let's watch something cool. And I think that when I was a kid, I was like,
Even when he's at the red light when they break out of prison, the second
Yeah,
prison
it's a
break,
good
like
scene.
all that stuff, like it was good.
All
Like,
that
there's
stuff
really
also
good
is
things.
like scene for scene from Heat. Like,
Yeah,
all
I
the
know
best
that's the other
stuff
thing. It
is,
is.
like,
It's
scene
Heat
for
Light. It's
scene
Heat
for
Light.
Heat.
he's just
Yeah.
doing he's just
oh, like,
reheating
oh,
his own
hey,
nacho.
we have your romantic interest. Is he gonna come get her? And then she's like, don't do it. And then he doesn't do it. Straight out of Heat. Straight out of Heat.
Or even when Christian Bale goes to the prison in Miami, straight out of Heat, when he's like, "Next time you're gonna be at it, like you think you're gonna get away with this? You're not." I think he's gonna get away.
all
with
the
it.
best stuff.
It says
straight out
It
of
was
Heat.
Heat.
It's all .
Yeah, no, it was.
Yeah.
You're right. That's the thing. Like that's Michael Mann had his bag with Heat. Like no one can take that away from him either.
No one can take
I
He
think
made
he
that
got
choice.
because this is based off a book which is called like Public Enemies, and I think he just got caught up in this telling this
The
story,
yeah.
and like
Yeah.
doing it like faithfully to what happened. Because something I read up on was like that breakout scene when he's in Ohio.
Yeah.
Is like that's the jail which they like built like it's the jail like restored.
That's
And-
cool.
and like they did it like exactly how John Dillinger broke out.
See,
Like,
that's
they
cool. That's
went
like
through
that's the
it.
things that are cool about this movie. Like that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And I mean that's cool, but it's like, and that's a cool scene, but it's also just like,
How the fuck would
you
we
don't
know?
look that up. How the fuck
Yeah.
would you know? Like, if
No,
I
I
had to
know
look
that's
that
the
up,
thing.
Like,
I
think
just
this
there were
would
a lot of
be-
things like. Oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead,
was just
please.
saying, I think this would be an all-timer if you had tapped the gangster Martin Scorsese. Like, I think Marty could
Yes.
take this
Oh
in
my
fucking
God,
full.
Marty. A Marty Scorsese Public Enemies would have been
It would have
maybe with like
flown.
one of the screenwriters, with the screenwriters that he trusts to write these kind of things.
Yeah.
Would have been it probably would a movie that we talk about in the same level as a lot of his gangster films. But I think Michael
Great.
Mann just got a little too deep in his waters. Okay, got a little
Yeah.
too deep.
Man down,
And it-
man down, hashtag
Man
man,
down.
down.
Because like
But that's
like I
why-
said, like we can all we all see the good in this movie, but it's like it's one of those movies that like you look back and you're like
I
just
see more
so many things
potential.
you
Yeah.
scratch your head like what was going on there, like why
Yeah.
why did he has all these connections that I have no idea, and I've seen and I know that they're capable of being like when he's like Mr. John, you can't say it anymore. I'm like, okay, wait, who is this guy again? I believe he's a Chicago cop, and that's his buddy. I don't fucking know. How does he is he flying commercial? No, there's
Yeah.
no way. Was there commercial flights then?
I don't know.
know.
Yeah, I mean, the friend from the jail that helped him break out the second time, I was like, who are you?
Yeah, they
'Cause I
talked
like
like
the
one
scene.
time. They talked,
Yeah.
like, and he needed him because he was a big dude, and he was holding two guys like at one in a headlock at the same time while he was holding up a wooden gun.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think that Johnny Depp is distracting about being Johnny Depp, and I think there's someone better who could have played Dillinger and fleshed him out a little more. Not saying that Johnny Depp can't act, because I've seen him act. It's just like he was doing a little too much like I'm Johnny Depp, and this is me.
I mean, he was, and like Dillinger's a suave guy, so it like makes sense.
Yeah,
and it's
I guess that.
It's to your point about like Scorsese telling their story, like John
Leo,
Dillinger
like a
for,
Leo Dillinger.
I'm thinking about like
is like in terms of criminals, like he's the first number one, like he was the first
FBI,
first
public enemy,
he was the first
number
most wanted guy ever, and like he's the OG criminal, and like that's a interesting story to tell. And I'm just
thinking
surprised,
like Catch Me If You Can. Like, what if Leo was Dillinger? You know?
That's what I was just saying. Leo's Dillinger. You have I think you could even keep Bale, but you need a director with a little firmer hand about acting, less about like action, to be like, hey, what are we doing here? What is this accent we're doing? Like, you know what I mean? Because you might have been
pull
like,
you over for a chat. You know?
Yeah, you'd be like, you might be like,
Christian?
hey, Christian, I'd rather you commit to a character
American
you can
accent,
stick with,
just an American
that you
accent.
could stick with through, then try to sound exactly like this dude sounded like in that one interview you watched with him and J. Edgar. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Billy Crudup can do and these are good American boys here. Yeah, I see them. Whereas like
it was fun. I enjoyed him as J. Edgar. Do it, Brian.
No, I was just saying, him being like, what did he say? Christian Bale lost his accent on the phone like 4 times.
Yeah.
He's got like Irish like full
We
responsibility.
need the
like,
guys. We don't have the guys. We don't
Have the guys.
And then he has that one scene where he's like really talking like a real old timey Midwestern kind of guy. Like I don't even know what
when
it,
he's
I can't
doing
even
his
do it.
interview.
Yeah.
And then like later he's just kind of American. Then he's British again. I don't know. It was a
And
mess.
then when he yells,
But
it just
whatever.
goes like flat American, and it's like, that's all right. You don't have to.
You're doing your thing.
Dude, maybe that, and I know Stephen Graham is British. Maybe that's how Babyface Nelson sounded. I don't know. I wasn't there. I thought that shit was annoying. Hey, listen here, Sonny.
Yeah.
It was really. It was the
What was the
accent
part in the
free-for-all.
bar where he was like, "You guys want to see?" He's trying to do it like he's trying to impersonate somebody on
You
TV.
guys trying to fuck it? Yeah. Oh my god.
He's
like,
trying to
"You
see
wanna I forget
my. Yeah, I don't know who he's trying to do, but
Yeah,
he's like, "Let's
it
have
was
a
an
party."
accent free for all.
Yeah.
Oh man, fucking I just laugh at like because they kind of queued up like we're gonna take him to the theater. Johnny's like, we should go to the picture show this evening. I'm like, no.
I do like that Michael Mann was like, just in case you didn't get what John Dillinger's all about, here's a scene from a movie I like where this guy is explaining what John Dillinger's all about.
He's like, better to die on the run than live like life along. Like it's like, oh, I wonder if those two overlap.
I wonder what's gonna. Also, earlier in the movie when they had just finished that bank robbery where John Dillinger gets shot, and Red's like sitting there. He's completely fine. This is pre-Wood Shooter. He's just like, I feel like my time's up. I feel like you're gonna leave it to see tomorrow. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Also, there were a couple times, and maybe this is how it happened in real life, but where I'm watching them run, Pretty Boy Floyd is one, and then later people in the woods. I'm like, serpentine, like zigzag a little bit, like Johnny Depp and them. They're in the woods like shooting. They're at with them, and then they go, we gotta go, and instead of like going at an angle, they're just. And then he gets
they
shot.
run with their hands up.
And
too,
that dude, Pretty Boy Floyd was literally running in a straight line in an apple orchard. Are you fucking kidding me? Like that's the one thing. If you went 3 feet to the right, Christian Bale would have been like, damn it, I gotta move. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was ridiculous.
I completely forgot Channing Tatum was in this movie.
Yeah,
so when he
died.
popped up, I was just like, oh shit.
He
what
was
did he do?
unrecognizable to me. I did not realize that was Channing until you guys.
No, he's got
that.
the blonde wig and stuff or whatever his hair color was. It was.
He's also much younger.
Yeah,
I think. I don't know.
Very early on.
That's
for him.
20. It's 2009, man. This is early.
That's like
And
Magic
you
Mike
could
time?
tell.
I think earlier
Predates
than that,
that,
maybe.
Yeah, I think Magic Mike was
It's like Step Up.
2011.
This is like Step Up 2.
I like Step
Channing
Up.
Tatum.
Yeah. This is like when he was in that.
It's like
that
Dear
is-
John.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, all right.
This is like Christian Bale comes straight off. You can tell, just came straight off the set for The Dark Knight too. He has the exact.
I don't
haircut
know.
of
I
Bruce
think-
Wayne.
I think he might have been the. I think no, it must have been because I thought he was kind of skinny, so I thought maybe it was a machine, but no, it would have been later. It's 2009, so
He
it
might
would
have
have been
been
after the
coming
Dark
down
Knight.
from Dark
Yeah,
Knight.
he might have been coming down from the Dark Knight. He must have lost some of
Yeah.
the muscle because he had the haircut, but he wasn't.
But he had the fucking his face. But
But Eric, you know what? This is a fun movie to talk about because like it
Michael
was
Mann.
funny watching this.
Yeah.
It was a fun movie to talk about because like there's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad at the which is it's just kind of funny.
Yeah,
That's
they-
kind of movie.
Micah,
The Good
I
Bad
believe it
Kind.
is your turn, my man.
Yes.
Right? Am I right? Yeah.
It is. You're correct.
I already
And
have
I've
mine
been-
picked out. I have mine
Yeah.
picked out for next week.
All right, we already know it's weapons, right?
No. Oh fuck! I didn't even think about that.
Oh, it's
shit,
not
I-
weapons. Oh, I'm glad I didn't spoil it then.
No,
well,
we can do. So we're still gonna watch. We're all gonna watch Weapons.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
need to
true.
pick
Yeah,
that as
yeah.
the movie of the week.
yeah.
That's my dilemma right now because there's two
Okay,
movies
what do
in
you
my
got?
mind,
Is it
and
Naked
I'm
Gun?
trying to decide which is the movie that we're most likely to all go see anyways. And
Okay,
I'm
let's
looking
hear
at this guy here, this guy Eric,
Hi.
and I think the toughest sell for this guy would be the movie of the week that I'm going to go with, and I'm going to make Eric go watch Together.
Together. All right.
But I think we will all.
What was the other
watch
one? Was the other one Naked,
Naked
Gun?
I think we'll all watch Naked Gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see
anyways.
Naked Gun first.
You know what's crazy? We didn't talk about it in the Naked Gun part. I'm more likely to go watch it together. It's gonna be hard for me because I don't do well with body horror. But I'm
yeah.
really excited to watch it, and I have it in my anticipated snake draft.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's wrong with?
I'm excited now that the Naked Gun's getting good reviews. That first trailer, I was like, I'm not going to watch this movie.
I
didn't want to
that's
go watch
backwards.
it.
I was the opposite. I loved it. I was like, this is funny, and
I did not
said
want
it
to
meant
go
for
watch it.
manslaughter.
when he takes his arms off and he starts slapping him around. I don't know.
I love that. I think it's gonna be a good choice, Mike, because I feel like
Yeah.
Naked Gun. We can talk about it if we talk about it, but that's
Yeah.
why I want to. That's why, like, for me, I'm not going to say what my movie of the week will be next week.
Okay.
I assume coming into it, we're all going to be going seeing Weapons pretty early. I don't need to, like, make it this next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
Speaking of Tank, we gotta cop those tickets.
Yeah.
To Drex
Weapons?
Clowns. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm booking
down.
early.
Are you trying
I gotta-
to do like IMAX for that?
Yeah, we should.
Let me tell you something, guys.
Fuck,
I
that's
am
gonna be
new to the
crazy.
AMC A-list thing. This thing is
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
I know.
Big fan.
So is
I
I,
got
don't know if
$1.
you saw him, Micah. So is David. I got him on.
I know.
We got him in the.
You got him on
entourage.
A-list?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
him in the
Nice.
entourage.
Dude, I love that. I got $1.50 off my popcorn, which, drop in the
yeah.
bucket, I guess. But still.
Fuck
I
yeah.
only paid $100 for the pop sign.
Yeah. All right, word. But I'm excited to watch Together,
Yeah,
and I'm probably going to watch the Naked. I'm going to be seated for the Naked Gun anyway, so I'm excited to see both.
That's where I'm at. So you don't
I'll
have
see
to
which
go
ones I
see
can get-
Naked Gun, Eric. You don't have to see Naked Gun.
You should probably see it anyway.
I might. I'll
Yeah.
see where I stand early next week. But
Word. All right.
gentlemen, another great episode
Fun
of the book.
pod.
Another
We'll
one
be
of the
back.
books.
Yeah, we'll be back with a game next week. We'll be back with Together next week, where we talk about it together.
Together. I hated that you did that.
Maybe Micah, you and I could do like the bite the lip kiss that Allison Brie and James Franco
For Halloween,
Do it!
touch eyeballs.
You guys are gonna love my movie of the week next week. I'm really excited about this one.
God,
I gotta look at what's coming out, because why are you so excited?
Oh, it's
Jesus.
not. It's not. It is
This
not
guy's
one that's
gonna
coming
pull
out.
Time Cop 2
Oh,
or
it's
some
a
bullshit.
a throwback.
Time Cop 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Is it Cronenberg, perhaps? Some Cronenberg?
No,
That's body horror.
no.
Crash.
I'm gonna let this one sit. Yeah, oh, no.
I don't want any more body horror. I think Together is the most body horror I'll be able to do. If anyone
Dude, watch
ever
out,
puts Human
watch Bring Her
Centipede on
Back.
this list, I'm leaving the pod. I'm not.
Bring Her Back's got
doing
a little body horror. You should
leaving
watch
the
that one.
pod?
I'm not doing Human
Not putting
Centipede.
It's
Yeah, I'm
not body. It's not body horror. You'll like it. All right.
I'm trying to think. Anything else? Oh, I saw you put it at the top of the list. But we are on Spotify for anyone listening that's still at the end of there. So you might see us on YouTube. We show our friends enough of us on YouTube. God damn it.
TikToks
but-
and Instagram Reels coming. We're working on it. I got to move it. The move's been too much. We're working on it.
We're 20 episodes in. Come give us a listen on Spotify. And we'll see you guys next week. Signing off. Thanks, y'all.